Hello, greetings, Dean Barry, Phoenix Smith Clark, and Phoenix Wynn. May I rise to your standards. My name is Patricia Ann Keit. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and raised in Augusta, Georgia. All my primary and secondary education was done here. I am the sixth child of 9 siblings, and we grew up in what they call Martinez. It should be called Martinez, but that's a whole different story. So I grew up there, rural, barefoot, running around. But I was always a dreamer. I always watched television and read books and dreamed about all the different places that I have seen. And so it was just in my blood that I wanted to go and experience different things. So as I grew, I graduated from high school, Westside High School off Washington Road here in Augusta. And I worked at a Shoney's Big Board, which is now, I believe, it might be a Denny's or cafeteria type of restaurant on Gordon Highway. Anyway, that was my first job right after high school. And I worked the fountain. They had the little outdoor things like they have at some of the other fast food places where people drive up and order from there. And then you go in, and they have people that go in and get their drinks and stuff and take them out to them. Well, I worked in a place like that before I came in the Army. That's how I found out about women being in the military, from those soldiers that would come to that particular restaurant. And they was like, hey, you know, they're taking women in the Army and all of that. And so that captured my attention. So I went and talked to recruiter and all that. And then, of course, you know what they do. They're going to sell you. And I bought it. And I went in. My mother was a bit hesitant, but she was like, okay, at least you're trying to do something. You know, didn't have the money to send me to college. So this was another way that I could go and then see the world in the same thing. So I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Went to basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. And somebody recognized my leadership there by putting me in a leadership position, and then next thing I know, I am graduating and I'm the leadership awardee of my whole cycle, basic training cycle. So I got off to a good start from that. Okay, fast forward to, I'm a team leader now in Darmstadt, Germany. I have a team, radio operators. I'm the first line supervisor, and so now I'm preparing to go to PLDC. Wow. Okay. Normally, I learned as I grew as a non-commissioned officer that you got to prep your candidates, your soldiers, to go to these leadership schools. Well, nobody did that for me, and I was slow enough not to know to do it on my own or go to someone else. So that didn't happen. So I go down to this prestigious PLDC school in Bad Tölz, Germany. And it was one of the, I mean, if you graduated from that PLDC, you was like, whoa. So I get down there. I'm just knocking out the tests. I'm doing absolutely wonderful until we get the land navigation. I'm hearing crickets, and I'm like, oh my God, I am lost. I didn't understand what they were teaching. I'm not proud of that, but that's what really happened. And I didn't tell anybody that I had problems. I was camouflaging. The pride was all up in there. And next thing I know, I'm taking my first test and land nav. Ooh, sorry. Bam. They don't get easier. They get harder. I took the second one. Bolo, bolo, bolo. I can't even explain the mental stress that I had during that time. I can't even put it into words. It was horrible. So I'm saying to myself, oh my God, you got to leave the class. You're going back to your unit of failure. Everybody's going to know that you failed out of PLDC. And that just weighed on me so heavily. I had to suck it up and take it on. So I went back to my unit. I was ashamed. I cried. I didn't cry in front of people. When I was by myself, I boo-hooed. I really did. Because I saw how I could have passed that class if it had not been for my ego. It was a negative ego. It's okay, to be proud, but if you're prideful for the wrong reason, it's not healthy. And so that came over me. I had to go ahead and reset. I had to do all of that, put all of that and process it so I could go forward. And that's what I did. I had one or two choices. You could sit here and wallow in your self-pity and continue to go down, or you can accept what happened, look at what you did wrong, and go forward. And that's what I did. And I'm here to tell you right now, every other military school I went to, I came in either first or second. And God blessed me to shake that off and get back in the right path that He wanted me to be in to become successful. And so, having said that, that's my story of rising like a phoenix. Thank you, Dean Barry. Phoenix Smith Clark and Smith Wynn. It's always a pleasure to illuminate your day. Rise up, Phoenix, rise up.